Hello everyone and welcome to The Theorist, here with your host, JCBotero67. And again, I just want to apologize for not having done reviews in so long. I finally did some Dancing with the Stars reviews yesterday, so I'm glad I was able to do that, and it was actually a video, so you guys got to see my face. For this review, I opted not to do the video because I didn't know how long I was going to take in reviewing this next set of chapters for Revelations. And so, I didn't want to take up room again in my cell phone and get cut off and stuff like that. So it's just better to keep it the way you guys are used to, and you can see nicer images of Sebastian and Ciel and not myself. But yes, like I said, today's focus is Revelations chapters 40 through 43. And, it's another compilation review of Revelations, and I actually really like these. I actually reheard my chapter 5 through 39 compilation of Revelations, so that was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it, so I hope this will be just as fun. I'm pretty sure it will be. And let's go ahead and kick it off. Chapter 40, we got introduced to Father Aberline, who is also a doctor, and I do have some things to say about him, but we'll go ahead and discuss that later on. Continuing on with chapter 40, Spears, of course, was able to get the demon out of his body by Sebastian's help. And so Spears still hasn't woken up yet, but Ciel is there by his bedside, and it's been a week. And so Ciel gets a call from his aunt, just wondering how he's doing and whatnot, and, she's kind of begging him, hey, just come home, the father will be fine. And Sebastian is there at the Phantom Hive Manor, and he's been there this whole time that Ciel's been away by Spears' bedside at the church. And so Ciel gives in to his aunt's request, gets home, and she already left for some flight to something to do with her job, I think. And, it's just Ciel and Sebastian at the estate, and Sebastian is making a cake. So it's really odd, and, Ciel's kind of taken by surprise with this, and he's trying to talk to Sebastian, and Sebastian's just giving him the silent treatment, and obviously it's because Ciel had this plan, and, Sebastian was unaware of what was going on. But then eventually they are able to talk things out. And I do want to quote Sebastian in this chapter. I thought this was really cute and really fitting because the title of the fanfic is mentioned in it. And here we go. You are my salvation, my revelation. So please be careful and don't shut me out like that again. You are the most precious thing in the world to me. Our fates are tied, so if you want to protect me, then let me be a shield for you. So it's really cute. It gets really cute despite his having been angry and giving Ciel the silent treatment. And at the end of the chapter, they say I love you to each other and basically seal it with a kiss. And that is the conclusion of Arc 3. And to kick off Arc 4 with chapter 41, it is sexy time. Sexy Seb-Ciel time, as I like to call it. After that happens, Ciel gets a call from Aberline, and so Ciel and Sebastian rush to the church. Mayrin says that Spears only wishes to see Ciel, and basically Sebastian has to kind of wait out in the hallway. And it's so funny because she gets flustered seeing this sexy demon, and, obviously it goes right along with the manga, the anime, how Mayrin is, pretty much a fangirl, can't even talk today, for Sebastian. And it's interesting because Ciel is kind of suspicious of Sebastian being like, oh yeah, I'll wait out here, when, usually Sebastian wants to kind of stick by Ciel's side. And, that had me thinking, is this the real Sebastian? While Ciel was with Spears for a week and Sebastian was supposedly at the Phantom Hive estate, was that really Sebastian? Or, was he taken away to hell and it's Claude kind of shape-shifted, pretending to be Sebastian, and he's gonna take Ciel away down to hell? And that, I had come up with that theory. But, it's not like that. because I thought about it and I'm like, well, I mean, demons possess people's bodies, not so much the shapeshift thing. So anyway, Ciel is talking with Spears, and this is like my favorite line from chapter 41. It's Spears saying, "Please forgive me for the burden I have thrust upon you so unnecessarily." And I'm just kind of like, that is very good word choice for asking for forgiveness of almost trying to rape him. Like, I don't know. Spears has a very interesting word choice. And then Spears kind of suffers a breakdown, but then the talk gets more serious, and, you know, they're talking about Sebastian, they're arguing about this whole situation that Ciel has with Sebastian, and basically at the end of the chapter, Spears is like, I am ordering you. Like, you will do this, you have to kill Sebastian. But of course, Ciel is not going to do it, doesn't want to do it, will not do it. You know, he's still trying to convince Spears to see that Sebastian isn't bad and that he's different from the other demons. Eventually the talk goes to Aloise, but then it comes back to Sebastian, and Ciel's kind of like, oh, I love him and he loves me and we have this great relationship. And like, you know, he's still trying to convince Spears that Sebastian isn't bad. And so Spears isn't reacting or isn't talking back as Ciel is babbling on. And that's when Ciel realizes that Spears passed out, so he's calling out for help, and Aberline shows up, and he checks up on Spears, and he basically tells Ciel, oh, like, you know, he's just a little bit stressed, and that's what caused him to pass out, so, you know, he's fine right now, he's getting his rest, and he suggests that Ciel does the same. Ciel does so, and he has a prophetic dream with his parents, and in that dream he tells them that he will save them, and he will get them out of hell. And when he wakes up from this prophetic dream, Ciel is more determined than ever to follow with his plan. And now we come to the last chapter that I'm reviewing in this compilation, chapter 43. And it starts off with Dagger going to meet Lizzie's parents. Now, it's not the actual physical thing, it's just Dagger has told Ciel that this is going to happen. And when it kicked off with Ciel's excitement, I thought, oh my gosh, like, Dagger and Lizzie are getting married. But it wasn't that, or it isn't. They're still in that stage of parent meeting and stuff. But hey, marriage could happen. I do see that happening between the two of them later on. Anyway, Ciel is with Dagger, and they are going to visit Spears. And Dagger goes on in to talk to Spears, and Ciel stays outside because Spears refuses to see Ciel. And this was I just love Spears for this, and so I have to quote this. Dagger pretty much, after his visit with Spears, tells Ciel, oh, he's not going to see you until you come to your senses and see that unholy son of a bitch for what he really is, end quote. So, I mean, I guess it's really Dagger quoting Spears, but either way, I love that quote. It was so great. Spears saying son of a bitch. Anyway, these visits have happened a few times already. Ciel has gone along, but he's waited outside, and I mean, Spears has refused to see Ciel, still refuses to. So when Ciel goes back to Sebastian, he's telling him his plan about going into hell, but they won't be working with Spears because he's not collaborating, so Ciel is kind of relying on Agni, who he hasn't talked to yet, but that is the priest he wants to work with. Not necessarily Grell or Undertaker or even Aberline. And as much as Sebastian wants to go down together with Ciel, Ciel is refusing that, even though he will allow Sebastian to kind of follow behind. But Sebastian wants someone to go with Ciel, and he can't really think of anyone aside from Aloise. And the chapter ends with Sebastian forming a plan of his own in his head. So, you know, we're kind of left wondering, oh, what's his big plan? But, you know, we'll find out, like, next chapter, I guess. So Sebastian hasn't mentioned Aloise to Ciel yet, but, you know, I'm trying to think, okay, what is his plan gonna be? But then, if you read the last few sentences, it seems like Sebastian's trying to get Ciel into bed, and I'm just like, oh, maybe his own devilish plan is actually sexy time, which we'll get first thing next chapter. So, I mean, that's just me being random, but maybe that's what it is. It's more his planning a lemon more than his trying to contribute to the going to hell plan. And if it really is the hell plan, I don't really know what to predict for what he's planning, though I do want to conclude the review with this, that maybe Aberline is evil or becomes possessed. Like, honestly, there have been a few times throughout these chapters that I have gotten that vibe. So, you know, it could happen, and that would be an interesting plot twist, because, I mean, Aberline's like this good doctor and whatnot, but who knows what is truly behind that man. So I would like to see that. I think it would make the story interesting. Not that it isn't already interesting, but I think that would definitely add something to it, especially because they're pretty trusting of Aberline as of now. So that concludes the review, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. So comment below, or, you know, get in touch with me, Facebook, Twitter, all that jazz. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I know this was another long review, compilation, duh. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I had a blast doing this. So I will catch you guys soon. Bye-bye.